Again, once again, I would like
as a Goinkar,
as a Goinkar born and brought up in Goa, I'll once again answer this question and pardon my this thing. I have a little different take on this, and it will take me about a couple of minutes to explain this entire thing which I have in mind. Goa has just completed 50 years of its liberation.
Correct.
At the back of my mind, I was trying to analyze as a typical management student the first 25 years of electoral procedure and the last 25 years. Now, if I consider the first 25 years of election in Goa belong to, say, my father, the earlier generation, father, the uncle and all, and the last 25 years of elections have been we as voters. And then, of course, we have to pass on the baton to the next generation next. And if I try to compare this, I feel little uncomfortable as a Goinkar, nothing to do with ADF. And there's a reason for this. If you look at 1963 elections, and I'll tell you what is the difference between those voters in the first 25 years and the voters now in the last 25 years. And I would not like to only sort of attribute it to politicians. Politicians play their role based on the frailties or frugalities of the voters. So let's analyze voters, because we as voters have to do self-introspection.
Absolutely.
Which is so very essential. So if you look at the earlier voters versus the last 25 years voters, I see 3 or 4 distinct differences. A, perhaps they were not more qualified than this generation, because there were no schools and colleges those days, not colleges and graduations. They were less informed because there were no press and electronic media the way it is now, which is a matter of fact. But perhaps they were more smarter than us. And I'll give you the distinct reason why I feel so. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru came here in May of 1963. There was a euphoria. Thousands of people going to Madgaon for a meeting, and Vasco, arrival at Dabolim Airport, farewell at Dabolim Airport, and I was a small kid and I went there with my parents. He said, Goa Ajeeb hai, when a press reporter like you asked him, Goa Ajeeb hai. Based on this euphoria, the elections were held within 6 months in December of 1963. 85% people voted. Those were very close to the powers be in Delhi and swore by Khadi day in and day out. They had put 28 candidates out of the 30. Means one was each for Delhi, Daman and Diu. So all 28 lost. All 28 Congress candidates lost. And those were very close to the powers be, even lost their deposits. Which means what? I'm not talking about any party here. Which means the voters knew exactly what they wanted. Now they came out with MGP and UGP, some 16 seats and 12 seats. As a consequence, those who were in MGP felt that now is the time to merge Goa with Maharashtra, because Maharashtra was the government, the absolute majority, 16 out of 30. Within 4 years or 3.5 years, we had opinion poll, the referendum, January 1967, 16 January, right? The voice had reached right into the interstices of Goa, right into the remotest of the village and remotest of the house, despite electronic media being not there and press being hardly what it was then. It was a clean decision for Union territory that Goa wanted to remain separate. 6 months from then, again we had elections, again MGP winning, which means Goan knew exactly what they wanted, and they were smarter than our generation. So when they passed on Goa to us, our generation, they gave us a very safe Goa, very healthy Goa, green, ecologically friendly Goa, with no illegal minings, nothing, right? Can we claim the same thing when we pass on this Goa to our generation next? Perhaps not.
No.
Today we have craters of legal or illegal mining, but craters, if you drive down to Sangay and other location, craters which could put craters on the moon to shame. They are much bigger. You can't today differentiate a cashew tree from jackfruit tree in Sangay and those locations, because all are coated with dust. Breathing fresh air is at a premium.
That means in a nutshell, we had a voter who thought of Goa collectively, and today we have people, islands, who are thinking of themselves, taking all kinds of extraneous this.
But I tell you the reason also. I tell you the reason. It's not only about they being smarter than us. That group 25 years ago was very homogeneous. They had interests of Goans at heart. But today what is happening is there is a heterogeneous mass of voters, and if there are migrants, their interests are much different than the interests of the original Goans. Migrant interests could be electricity connection, ration card and other things, and the original Goans interests could be illegal mining, dumping of garbage and other issues. So the issues are different amongst the voters, and hence you have this kind of problems perhaps.
So Adr Goa, thank you very much for coming here and discussing with us this Goa Election Watch, what you are going to do. Let us hope that for this election at least, with your help and with your initiative, we will do more awareness among the voters to see that they really elect the candidate which really represents people.
Thank you very much, and I wish all Goans a very happy and peaceful elections of Goa Assembly 2012. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.